Hey everybody. So this is going to be a little bit of a different video. Um, I got a comment that I just saw tonight from a couple weeks ago on a video that I did a long time ago. And the comment opens with the fact that you can talk about a female recruit running for her life with a straight face as if it's no big deal is mind-boggling. And it goes on from there. It's a long comment, and that first sentence caught me quite off guard. I thought, oh, this person must have gotten me mixed up with somebody else. Maybe they saw another video and then accidentally clicked mine, because this is definitely not something that you would see on my video. And then I read the rest of the comment, and I looked at the video in question, and I realized what she was talking about. So I feel compelled to respond to this sooner than later, because I just need to respond to it. Wow, that really caught me off guard. In the story that I told, and in the story as I remember it and experienced it, this person wasn't running for their life. Now, that doesn't mean that that's not what was happening. That's just what I saw. And you're absolutely right. There are things that don't get seen. And I do know about Operation Fouled Anchor. I know about Resendez. I've had people in units that I've served at. It was an HS who was convicted of sexually assaulting female patients, having them do things that were not medically necessary. And I knew a person who went through a school and was a victim. So it absolutely happens. It happens too much. It is a problem. And the last thing I would ever want to do is to act like it's not a problem, because it is. When I started this channel, it was really kind of a niche MST life as a reservist kind of thing. That was really where I was really staying in my lane, and I really felt like there's just not a lot out there on reserve life. And if I can kind of bring some information that might help people, that's where I was going with it. And then people started asking about boot camp and other things, and I try to provide information that I can. And so that's what that video was about. I was trying to talk about what that first week at Cape May was like for me. Now I'm thinking about just taking the video down and maybe redoing it, but all, at the same time, it's good that this got brought up to me, because I've always considered myself an advocate for everybody, but for people who are either victimized or marginalized. For what it's worth, I have had somebody I don't want to use it. I don't want to. I've been sexually harassed, to say it like that. Um, but the last thing I would ever want to do would be to minimize it. And you're right. I don't know. This person might have been running for her life. I never considered that. Never crossed my mind. There were a lot of people who dropped out that week. Men. In fact, she was the only female that I can recall that left. I knew several of the other female recruits made it through. One of them is still a good friend of mine today. But that doesn't mean that that's not what was going on with this person. So yeah, I just I needed to acknowledge that comment. This person who left the comment created the account when they left the comment. So I don't know if this is somebody who already follows me and maybe they just didn't want me to associate the comment with them, or if this is somebody I even know in real life. It might be. The person, one of the people that I know of, went through in 2011. So I don't know. Maybe it's possible. I don't know who the person is, but I am very, very sorry. Very humbled, and I recognize that there's a lot of work to be done, and if I can miss things like that, and or just be tone deaf, giving myself the grace of genuine ignorance in this case, that I definitely wasn't intentionally trying to make light of what I saw as just somebody who just couldn't quite cut it, which, as I've said, there's nothing wrong with that. I mean, some people, it's just not meant for them. But it might not have been that. It might have been something darker than that. I don't know. I don't know. But if I can get it wrong, then others can get it wrong. And the video's been up for a couple years, and I've gotten a lot of comments. This is the first time I've gotten a comment like this. The video's got almost 10,000 views, I think. But still, 1 in 10, whatever. There might have been other people who took issue with what I said as well and just didn't say anything. I don't know. But it is a problem. And so I wanted to just come on here and say that it is a problem. And what I was saying earlier about my niche, right? My reservist, MST, I'm kind of trying to talk about that world. And that's the thing I talk about. And maybe I should talk about more of the darker things. I tell people what I know in my experience. It's kind of what I speak to. So I have talked about the challenges of military life and about the reasons why people might not want to join, or maybe they do want to join, but I really haven't gotten into that dark side of it, and maybe I should. Maybe I should bring more light to it. Maybe that's what this interaction and that comment serves to do. It is important. And I remember early on in my career, it was in an all-hands meeting, and I'm in California, and they were talking about how legally a husband can rape their wife, and it would be classified as rape. Like, it's not just because you're married doesn't mean you just have that uninhibited right. And a person behind me said, only in California. And that is probably representative of hopefully a declining portion of the population, but it's there. Anecdotally, I think it's got, I can say I think it's gotten better, but that's not enough. That's not enough by a long shot to just think that, okay, I think it's gotten better, but it's not done. It's not erased. So anyway, I just, that was the main point. Was just, I am really sorry that that I communicated that in a way that conveyed an apathy towards that situation. And I will definitely work to be better, not only at watching what I say and how I say it, but just looking at things maybe beyond the scope of my own lens and biases, and maybe take a step back and just explore other possibilities or other reasons for things happening the way they do. I think that's a good lesson in all aspects of life. So anyway, thank you for that. Just please know that that's not representative of who I am, or my values, or what I think is important, or what I think is right. So thank you for kind of checking me on that. And I'm going to continue to do this, what I've been doing here. But I am going to try to be better about telling the full story when it needs to be told. So anyway, take care.